So first, let's look at the box that it comes in. It's small. It's a perfect size. It's not heavy. It maybe weighs about 11 pounds. It says it right here on the box. 11 pounds. So the packaging outside is perfect. Let's take measurements. So it's about 11 inches and a half by 11 inches and a half. So exactly 11 inches and a half to 11 inches and a half. And let's look at that. It's just about 7 inches. So now let's open it up. With the amount of stuff that I buy from Amazon, at this point I feel like I should purchase a box cutter. I do have one in the house, but not in the apartment, so I'll just have to borrow it from there. So I finally am able to open the box, and I'm going to quickly show you what's in the box. Everything that you need to cook your simple meals. They give you instructions or information about the cookware. So the first language obviously is in Chinese because it's made in China. And then once you keep flipping over, you'll find the English version. And I honestly didn't read the instructions. I was like, what instructions do I need for pots? So I just continue on to unpacking the cookware. This lid does not have a knob because they provide you with one that you can attach it to. This lid arrived a little smudged, but it did come off when I washed it. Now let's get into the pots. They provide you with an 18 centimeter pot, then a 20 centimeter pot, and now we're getting into the frying pans. This is one of the frying pans with an extra lid. Second frying pan, and the third frying pan. In these small boxes are the handles, so they provide you with 2 handles. And since I did not read the instructions, I am just trying to figure out how it works. Remember the extra lid that did not have the knob? So they do provide you with an extra knob, and it's very simple to install. You just unscrew the screw, and with a small screwdriver, you just make sure you securely secure the knob, and it's that simple. And that is all the assembly that you will need to do with this set. And remember that it comes with 2 handles, and we're gonna now measure how much space it will take up in your cabinets. 7 inches. 7 inches for all of this cookware with the lids and the extra handles and the tops that are very convenient, because if you cook, you can just leave it in the pot and just cover it. And you see how I'm assembling here? I would suggest for you to put a paper towel in between the pots, and I will show you in a few seconds why you should do this. So you can store the handles in the pot as I'm doing there, and there you're done, and then put it in the cabinets. Or you can store your handles where you store your forks and then store it as is. I will suggest for you to put a paper towel when you're storing it, because the steel is underneath, and I thought I did this, but I obviously didn't. But I don't know if you can see, it scratched the pot. You can see a little scratches. Again, I would suggest you placing a paper towel, and then putting it on top of each other, because it's going to scratch. Now we're going to get into cooking with the pots. And the first meal that I made with this pot were Chipotle chicken. On the left is the regular chicken, and on the right is vegan chicken. And I'm adding the handle so you can see the chicken at a better angle, not because I need to, because I love these pots because they have awesome grip. The reason I purchased these pots were because my old pots were very old. They were my dad's pots and they lost their entire grips. So now let's get into rinsing the pots off. So this pot that I'm rinsing right now is the pot that I used to cook the vegan chicken. And as you can see from the video, I didn't need to add any soap, and it was all the food just came smoothly off of the pan. But of course you do rinse your pot off with soap and water, and I did, and I didn't have to rub hard. I didn't have to spend a lot of time. All of the grease and all of the food came right off the pan on the first use. And remember, this pot I used to cook the vegan chicken. So after washing the pot, I did notice that the pot had a small stain. I don't know if you can see it very well in the video, but I did attempt to wash it out again with soap and water, but the stain remained. Let's move on to the pot that I used to make the regular chicken. So I'm going to try to rinse it out again with just water like I did with the first pot. But as you can see from the video, I will need to use some soap and water to really scrub out all of the remaining food. And after properly rinsing and washing the pot looks brand new. Good as new. There are no stains on this particular pot. So the only pot that remained with the stain was the one that I used, the vegan chicken. I'm not sure why, but here are the pots after their first use, and they fairly look brand new. Okay, so I did use the pots again, obviously, to ensure that I gave you a detailed review. So I made some spaghetti and meatballs for Valentine's Day because, of course, it's the most romantic meal for this particular day. And obviously I'm using red sauce, and the stains came out of the pots. Then again, I used it to make some vegan taco meat. And in this recipe, it does require some turmeric. And then I used a smaller pot to make ginger tea. And there were no stains after I used it, after I rinsed it off. And here is a video of some lasagna meat that I used to make vegan lasagna. And then again, I used it to make empanadas, chicken empanadas, but they're again vegan. So this is where the pot took its turn, is because this dish requires a lot of turmeric, and this is where the pot remains with a couple of stains. So I am going to try to see if I can remove it with some baking soda and vinegar. I will attempt that, and I will put that into a next review. But here's a little video, a little treat. If you haven't seen my video on how to make vegan lasagna, I will link it down below, but I am sharing it here, just a little treat for yourself, for you guys. So again, if you have any questions, please leave your comments and questions below. And thank you for watching. And always remember, be real, not perfect. Get the time for the hate and the bad energy. Got my mind on my money. Make you dance like broccoli. Steady green like broccoli. Steady on my grind, no one hear what they want telling me. Could deny my fantasy. They want to check if my tap be no wrong. But it they rush quite well, it be much. Now gotta make my tap in the rush. The kind money we touch. Yeah, it they rush quite well, it be much. They make my top in the rush. The kind money we touch. He did rush, well.